First tonight to the ongoing investigation into the death of Michael Jackson. And while a leaked report from the Los Angeles coroner's office points to possible homicide charges, others are now asking if more than one person was involved and who had something to gain.
Tonight on Nightline, Homicide. Now we know what really happened in the moments before Michael Jackson died.
They say now that they have found evidence of manslaughter.
The government has concluded that someone else killed him.
These are truly massive doses of medication.
I think they know exactly who they've been after from the very beginning.
Drug following drug following drug.
I need an ambulance as soon as possible, sir. We have a gentleman here that needs help and he's not breathing.
It's official. Michael Jackson did not die an accidental death. For the first time, investigators have revealed the sequence of events that killed him.
Drugs were administered to Michael Jackson at whole varying times throughout that last day of his life. 1:30 in the morning, then again at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7:30, and then again at 10:40. And each time the dose being stronger, different drugs being used, until, of course, then Jackson actually lost his life.
The King of Pop couldn't sleep, and his personal medico, Dr. Conrad Murray, was loading him up with a lethal cocktail of drugs. On their own, each is dangerous. Taken together, they're deadly.
The papers say that Dr. Murray gave Jackson Valium at 1:30 a.m.
It was about 30 minutes later and he injected Jackson with 2 milligrams of Ativan.
So we then gave him midazolam.
At 5 a.m. Murray gave Jackson another 2 milligrams of Ativan.
At 7:30 Jackson was still awake, so Dr. Murray injected another dose of midazolam.
About 10:40 a.m. Murray administered 25 milligrams of propofol.
It's an anesthetic, in other words you don't feel pain. That's what we use it for. But if you go past that, you stop breathing, you die.
This police report, revealed today, details the final minute of Michael Jackson's life. Dr. Murray claims he went to the bathroom for 2 minutes, and when he returned, Jackson was no longer breathing. That was 11 a.m. Next, phone records show Murray made 3 mystery calls on his mobile, lasting 47 minutes. But he did not mention this to detectives when he was interviewed. Finally came the frantic call to 911, made 1 hour and 21 minutes after Michael Jackson had stopped breathing. Not by Dr. Murray, but a bodyguard.
Did anybody witness what happened? No, just the doctor, sir. The doctor's been the only one here. Doctor, did you see what happened, sir? Sir,
You've got to imagine if you were in that man's situation there, how much, just that there was a state of fright from him as well, knowing that before him was the King of Pop and the King of Pop was dead. So you do begin to wonder exactly what he was thinking, what was going through his mind at the time, and he himself thinking about the amount of drugs that he had administered to Michael Jackson. Very strange.
No way should any patient get an anesthetic drug outside a hospital, resuscitation environment, because they die. You are putting this person into the throes of death.
Investigators have also revealed the various aliases Michael Jackson used when visiting doctors to obtain drugs. Omar Arnold, Fernand Diaz, Peter Madoni. He even posed as a woman, calling himself Josephine Baker.
Well, certainly the stories that we hear about Dr. Conrad Murray are almost at times as strange as those of Michael Jackson as well. We hear of a very sort of strange personal life. We hear stories of financial trouble as well.
Please, don't worry. As long as I keep God in my heart and you in my life, I will be fine.
Murray, a cardiologist, had only been treating Michael Jackson for 6 weeks. At the hospital, he refused to sign the death certificate. He then went missing, and it was some time before police could interview him. To date, his only public comment has been this vague statement on YouTube.
I have done all I could do. I told the truth, and I have faith the truth will prevail. God bless you.
The report for the coroner reveals search warrants were carried out on several doctors who fed Michael Jackson's addiction to prescription drugs. As well as Dr. Murray, there was dermatologist Dr. Arnold Klein, his GP Dr. Alan Metzger, and a specialist Dr. David Adams. But only one of them was in the room when Michael Jackson died.
A lot of other doctors who have at some point attended to Michael Jackson, they have all been raided as well. But the name that keeps coming up is Dr. Conrad Murray.